Hello students and welcome back to the classroom. Tim back here from Lessons on the Web once again, and today I have a special exercise designed to help you with your piano fingering technique, especially with scales. So let's get right onto it. Okay, if you take a look at our example here in the beginning, it's really just the C major scale, except if you notice, you go up the first four notes and then you repeat between E and F using the same fingering you would use when you're crossing fingers in a scale. So when you get up to the third note, you're going to play E with 3, and then you got F with 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. You have to use that fingering, because like I said, that's this fingering that you will use, and it'll actually help you play the follow-up to measure in the exercise. So in the next measure, you have 2, 3, 2, 3, and then between B and C, it isn't 4, 5, 4, 5, but 4, 1, 4, 1, because that's where you would cross when you're doing the scale to continue up that second octave. So this exercise specifically trains you in the areas where you cross your fingers. And then it goes to the key of G, basically. Actually, this one. And then after that, in the third measure, you basically go up to the pattern and do the same thing in basically the G major scale. And then after that, the next two measures do the same pattern in the key of D, and then the next two measures do it in the key of A, until you go around all the sharp key signatures, like I said in the beginning there. So as I mentioned, the point is to go through all of the sharp key signatures until you get all the way to C sharp. Now the fingering for all these, luckily, is the same until you get all the way to, I think, B at the very end. It's the last three key signatures change fingering right here. So there's one in B, and you want to, oh wait, it starts right here. One in B, and you want to be on the lookout right there because that's when it starts to change fingering. Well, B actually is okay. Oh, B with the left hand, that's where it changes fingering. So you have to be careful at the end because the fingering starts to change. Although for the first 5, I believe, or the first 4 key signatures, the fingering is the same. You know, all the right hand fingering is the same and all the left hand. Now the challenge comes in when trying to play these at the same time, since, as you know, if you've ever played scales, the fingers cross at different times. So you always have to be aware of when one hand is crossing over the other. So if I'm just playing the C major scale, and you have, you know, a cross right here, you know, with your left hand you're not crossing, with your right hand you are. So this little exercise will help you exercise those little cross points. So with your left hand, you know, with most of the scale up to the last 3, you have the fingering of 5, 4, 3, 2, and then you're going to repeat these notes, and that's because you have a finger cross in the right hand. So anywhere you have a finger cross in one of the hands, the notes repeat in the scale. And then you go up to the next measure, G, A, G, A, and then you have B, C, B, C right there. And then you go up to G, do the same thing. Oops. And that really helps you get the crosses in the fingers. Now putting them hands together is definitely the challenge, I think. So you want to go slow at first. Keep in mind where those crossing points are. And you want to be able to move between each key smoothly. Keep in mind it's a little hard for me to do it and talk at the same time. And then you go through D, you know, all the way slow. And then to key of A. Oh, and I cut it off there at the end. And then oh, I did E already, and then you go to B, and you do B. Remember that starting at B, this is the most important thing, the fingering changes. Obviously, you want to learn all these hands separate first if you're new to this, but especially when doing hands together, because for the key of B, the left hand fingering changes, but the right hand fingering stays the same as all the other scales. There, I got the fingering right. And then you do F sharp. And then lastly, you do C sharp. Just like that. And then once you feel like you can do that at a decent speed, and then you may have to do it way slower. And like I said, hand separate first. I've been doing scales for a long time, so I can begin playing it a bit faster. But each time you play through it, if you feel like you are able to manage it at that set speed, then you can begin to increase the speed and, you know, get more out of the practice exercise, because then you'll have to think a little bit faster where those finger crosses are. Let me try it a little bit faster and see how I do. Oh, and then I wish it would scroll with me. That would be cool. I can kind of make it scroll with us. Let's try that. Hold on. Oh, I had it almost all the way until the end, and then it got away from me a little bit. So to go over how you should practice this, you should first learn these hands separate first. So you want to learn the right hand part, and then you want to learn the left hand part, and then stage 2 is putting them together very slowly. And then after that, once you feel comfortable with the speed you're playing, then gradually increase the tempo each time you play it until you can play it at a fast speed. Like that, and smoothly going from key to key. If you practice this every day for a month, you will be much better at your fingering technique, especially when it comes to both hands playing the major scales in the sharp key signatures. Remember, there's going to be a follow-up to this lesson with the flat key signatures. Once that lesson's done, I'll put a link in the description of this lesson so you can check that out. And remember to subscribe, because we have new lessons coming out every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have live streams on Friday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so stay tuned for that. So you want to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so YouTube actually notifies you when these things are going on. So we're going to continue here, and we are going to do the Q&A now. Okay, one thing I want to mention is you can get this fingering exercise over on my website. I'm going to put a link in the description once that's ready, and you can follow it there. So you can print this out for yourself and give it a try. I recommend playing it every day for at least a month. Now let's go to the Q&A. Let's take a look here. Monk Freak says, should I get a book with piano exercises or a book for music theory? Or can I have a solid info progression from watching random videos on YouTube? You can watch my piano and theory series on YouTube. Let me check that out for you, or let me get that situated here. So, if you go to my YouTube channel, okay, hold on a minute. Come on. Here we go. Okay, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see that we are live right now. But anyway, if you click on my channel and you go to playlists, you can check out the piano playlist. I have a bunch of them, actually. I suggest you start with the one where it says your piano journey starts here. There's actually 4 sets of piano lessons right there that can walk you through everything from beginning. I mean, all these are geared towards beginners, so you won't get into the intermediate stuff and the advanced stuff as much. But to start out, I recommend that's one possibility, checking out the playlists on the channel. There's also a music theory playlist. There's also, popular piano lessons and things like that, learning and improving your note reading. So these are mostly geared towards beginners. If you are looking for more, and you want a solid progression of going from the very beginner, learning the music theory and the things you need, what I suggest you do is go to pianolessonsontheweb.com, my website, which I've mistyped into the browser here. And there I have a bunch of courses that I have made. If you take a look here, I have, piano courses, music theory courses, rhythm courses, improvisation courses, sight reading courses, and a lot more. And actually, also, by the way, by enrolling in any of the courses in the on this website, you'll also be helping the channel too, since it really helps me to be able to put more resources into the channel and things like that. So it helps everybody. You can learn a lot more. There's, in addition to the videos you find on this channel, it's not the exact same. It's exclusive videos, but the same types of videos you see on the channel, you'll see there, along with practice examples, printable sheet music, things like that. So I highly recommend you check that out. Actually, what I really recommend is, if you want to know how the courses are broken down so you can follow a path successfully in a structured way, I recommend starting out with if you're interested in the beginner's pack, which actually includes the courses Introduction to Piano Music, Learn to Read Music, Playing the Piano Level 1, and Music Theory Level 1. If you're just starting out, these are like a perfect core set of classes that will really help. I also bundled them together for a lower price. Also, if you use the code word YouTube when you are checking out, you will get a 15% discount on any order. So if you want to get all the packs, there's a thing for that as well, or you want the intermediate or the advanced. So that's my way of kind of blocking them together, so how to digest those courses. That's what I recommend on my end of things. There are other resources out there. You can get a piano book or a music theory book. I always like Amazon. So piano lesson book. I really like Alfred. I know Rich has a good one. Rich, what do you recommend for adult beginners? So I recommend this pink book right here. Okay, so you can get this piano lesson book as well. Or look up really any book. If there's one book you have in mind that you want to buy, let me know. But whether it comes to piano or theory, I would honestly I would get a piano book first. And then a lot of times in these piano books, there will be like a little section where it'll say, now you're ready for music theory book or whatever. And then you buy that music theory book. So also with this method, it will walk you through it in a structured way to get you where you need to go. All right, let me answer some more questions. There's a lot of them. Here, Fuddy Duddy says, tell him he will not go to jail if he uses your YouTube videos or copies them. Who's going to jail? Am I going to jail? Okay, let's see here. Should I get a book, piano exercises? Okay, got to that one. I need help getting the messages again. It won't tell me when we have a live session. Let's see here. So Melanie, let's see here, Melanie. So what you want to do, have you clicked on the notification button? Because the text message thing I'm not doing anymore. If you were signed up for that, I apologize. I decided to end that. It's just a little too costly per month for it to be worth it. From what I'm told, if you click on the YouTube notification button, they should tell you. It's really frustrating that they don't sometimes, but they really should tell you, what's going on with the channel. So I don't know, like if I click on here, whoa, it's Inception. It's a live stream within a live stream. All right, normally next to the subscribe button, there's a bell. It's probably not showing up for me because I'm not logged in on this computer. And also, if I'm logged in under my own name, it doesn't show up anyway. But usually there's a bell right next to the subscribe button. Hit that, and YouTube should do a better job at doing that. Let me know if you've done that already, Melanie, and then maybe we can figure something out. Maybe if you follow me on Facebook, I'll start making those announcements again on Facebook if people are watching that. Okay, let me check out some more stuff here. Let's get to some more questions. So let me get us back to the chat here. Now we are back to the chat. Okay, he checks messages. Okay, how do I know which finger to use and which note to play? Well, it tells you. So a lot of times. Now, if you're trying to learn something more advanced than your current level, you may be confused as to what the fingering is, because a lot of times when you get so far in music, they kind of assume you know what the fingering is based on, scale passages and things like that. A lot of fingering in a lot of songs are based off scales. So if you learn your major scales, you really can't go wrong learning the basics of fingering and crossing over with fingers, especially with hand independence. Scales are really useful. So I suggest you start with scales when determining like where to cross fingers, because generally if you're playing a passage with no sharps, no flats, you still want to cross at the same place you would cross where you would cross when you were playing the C major scale, because that just makes sense. That helps you play up and down the keyboard more effectively. It takes a lot of time to figure it out, but in earlier music, and then even still, if it's not really clear what the fingering is, they will write in the fingering for you. So just be on the lookout of when they give it to you, but also you might want to look at some earlier songs where they write in all the fingering, just so you have the kind of idea on how to do that properly. Okay, let's see. Fingers crossing at the B. What fingers are crossing at the B? So if you are playing the C major scale at the B note, you're crossing with 4 and 1, and then 2 and 1 up top. Rich says, "Can I?" Oh wait, see here. Green Llama Gaming says, "Peace. First sit-in session. Super piano novice in the house. Hopefully everybody is well. Welcome to our live classroom. A new student is in the house. Everybody." All right. Can you explain dynamics? Says Rich. For when it says PP, I know it means to play really soft, but only for that measure or until the dynamic. It's until the dynamic changes. If that's what the next part of the chat is telling us. Okay, Sanfan says thank you very much. Larry says, just want to say thank you. Just got my keyboard not even a week ago, and I found your video and learned more in this time than I did in music class. Well, thank you so much. I am playing Mary Had a Little Lamb from your lesson, so I assume you've seen the first lesson, not the first lesson I put out, but it's called Your First Piano Lesson, and I think that's when I do the Mary Had a Little Lamb. So welcome to the channel. I'm glad that my video has helped you. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, so you get the latest lessons, and check out the playlists. I mentioned that earlier in the live stream. Once you check out the recording for this, check out the playlists for sure. And then let's see here. Let's see. Fuddy Duddy says, tell him he will not go to jail if he uses your YouTube videos or copies them. Kenneth Baker is the author of a good beginner piano book. So check out Kenneth Baker, everybody, for another good tip on a piano book. Nadia says, I have that one. And then there is one song I would like to play but couldn't find the music sheet. All I can find is chord. I don't know what is chord. So I have, so Sanfan, you want to check out, I mentioned it earlier in the live stream. So if you go to the Lessons on the Web YouTube channel and check out the playlist, I really highly recommend the one that says Beginners Start Here. And that one will walk you through a lot of these basic early things. Let's see here. Hold on, I have a hiccup. That's why I'm talking weird. Let's see. There's one song I would like to play, but I couldn't find the sheet music, and all I find is chord. You don't know what chords are. So there's also lessons on chords and playlists on chords. So the playlist section of the YouTube channel is really, really important, only because they collect videos, and actually I collect the videos, and I organize them based around a certain topic to kind of get you through something. So there is even one on chords. All a chord is, to just kind of introduce it to you, is there's different types of chords, but 2 or more notes at the same time is a chord. You have major chords, happy; minor chords, sad; diminished chords, scary; augmented chords, mysterious, I guess. But that's just the very basics on chords. So check out the playlist there. So let's take a look here. Okay, Green Llama Gaming says, Larry, that is awesome. I got a keyboard recently and started with these videos also. Very good to hear. I've been playing Ode to Joy, Steps, and feeling like a champ. Keep at it. Absolutely. Absolutely keep at it. Doing great. Larry says, nice. Very nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, no worries, and thank you. Your lessons really helped me. I'm already learning the chord and got C and E completely down thanks to you. Perfect. John Thompson, modern piano course, shows fingering. As you progress, they begin to remove fingering. Alfred books are great also. So CC's, welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you with us, of course. Has given us some really great advice on the Alfred books and the John Thompson books in terms of guiding you through basic fingering. Really great. Molly is back. Molly, it has been a while. How are you, Molly? Welcome back to the live stream. Lots of returning people again today. I love it. And some news. New students. Is Yamaha P45 a good piano to buy? Let's see here. Between tremolo and Trills. So I'll get to Rich's question here in a second. Let me answer this on the Yamaha P45. I don't quite remember what that one is. Help if I pronounce it right, but it looks not pronounce it. Type it in right. Yamaha P45 88 key weighted action digital piano with sustain pedal and power supply. It looks pretty good. It has 88 keys. They're weighted. It looks very similar to the one Rich has, except it doesn't look like it has a LCD screen. The YPG 535 is also very good. It's around the same price. It's $50 more. So it looks like this one's a similar one. Maybe it doesn't. It just doesn't have the LCD in the middle. If it plays piano like the YPG 535, it does. It does the job definitely. So you want those weighted 88 keys. They're a lot closer to a real piano than a cheap Casio or something you find at Radio Shack or something like that. Molly says, good, excited to be back. I'm excited to have you back, Molly. It's been too long. Okay, let's see. Oh, Rich's question, what is the difference between a tremolo and trills? Okay, let me get to this. Let me break this back to the all view where we can see everything. Okay, so we are looking at a tremolo versus a trill. Well, you know what? To answer this question very easily, without getting into all this, the difference is that the tremolo is, well, I should show you because some people might not know actually what these look like. So I think this will be helpful. Yeah, why not? We'll just start a new one here. Okay, so first is the trill. A trill is strictly between 2 notes. And let me see where the trill's at. Oops. Okay. It's usually between a note and a note right next to that note, and you alternate between those 2 notes as long as that note is. So if it's for 2 beats, you're going to trill for 2 beats. 1, 2, and that's it. It helps to do it with the pedal. 1, 2, and then that's it. Now, trills take a lot of finesse to get correctly, especially in the context of like playing a box song, a piece from Bach or something like that. So like something out of the well-tempered clavier has a lot of trills on it, and it takes a long time to be able to play those with other things going on as well. So that's what a trill is. It has TR, has a squiggly next to it. Next we're going to do a tremolo, and let's see what a tremolo does. Oops. So tremolo is between a chord basically, and it's usually one chord, but instead of going back and forth between two notes, you're basically going back and forth between three and doing this rocking effect. Like that. I apologize if I hurt your ears, everybody. I was turning up the piano. So it's more like of a, at the end of a jazz song kind of thing. Kind of thing for a little bit of a extra jazzy effect. Okay, let's see. What is the correct way to play a two-note slur? Is it only for eighth notes? So a two-note slur, the correct way is to play into the first note and connect to the second one and lit off the second one a little bit. So strong, weak. So it should have almost like a lifting kind of thing to it, where it's like strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak. Kind of like that. Now, it can happen between two notes really anywhere. It doesn't have to be eighth notes. You could have two quarter notes and then have the rest slurred like that. Doing a lesson on slurs and proper phrasing would be a good lesson for sure. I'm doing a sing-along with piano in about the beginning of April, and I can't find sheet music, so I was wondering if there is a way to play. I check out tutorial, but I don't understand. So I'm doing a sing with piano in the beginning of April, and I can't find sheet music. I'm wondering if there's any way to play. I check out tutorial, but I didn't understand. I'm doing a singing with piano in the beginning of April. So you can't find sheet music. That can be really difficult. You might have to buy the sheet music, to be honest with you, especially online. They are cracking down, believe it or not, they are actually cracking down on this sort of thing, where it's harder and harder to find free sheet music online. So you type in the name of the song you want, Jingle Bells, piano sheet music, and a bunch of websites will come up. And some of them may make you pay. MakingMusicFun.net now makes you pay, but you may have to go to something like musicnotes.com, I think it's called. So musicnotes.com, you have to pay for these. They're generally like $3 to $5 a song, I think. They do have a lot of sheet music here, but you do have to pay for it. But if it's something you're preparing for in April, I suggest you buy, the sheet music. I'll go for that. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, it looks like I'm almost caught up with everybody. Molly, got any questions? What about anybody else who is here today that was around earlier? So any questions you might have, either about what we talked about tonight or, any kind of lesson you might want to have. The lesson on slurs and stuff sounds awfully good to me. So let me write down the lesson idea that Rich had, because that's the cool thing that all the cool kids are doing, writing down good ideas. So let's see here. Live stream. Okay, where are you at, live stream? Sorry, everybody. So if you have no idea what I'm doing right now, I'm looking up the file I have. Oh, here we go. Basically, where I record all my lesson ideas, so I can write down Rich's idea. Done. Okay, so let's see. So is the two like playing tenuto and then a staccato? Yeah, pretty much. It's very similar. It's probably not quite as accented or pronounced as the tenuto. And then the staccato, it's not quite as short. Like maybe it's more like this, where you still have a little bit of time, more time on the second note. Sorry if I played it before where it was like a staccato like that. I think I did play it like that. So you're still holding it a little bit longer than a staccato, maybe not quite as pronounced on the tenuto. So that would be the tenuto. Okay, does this happen every Friday night? 99% of the time, yes, it does. So we have it Friday night at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have it also on Sunday, most of the time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do take off every once in a while, or if something happens and I just can't do it, then I'll usually let you know through Facebook. Terry Ann says, can you tell me how your lessons on your website compare to your YouTube videos? I just found you and watched your first video, looked upon this live session. Okay, Terry, so I can explain that to you. So the question basically is, what does my website and courses offer, beyond the YouTube channel? Let me read that question again to make sure I have it right. Let's see. Can you tell me how your lessons on your website compare to your YouTube videos? So Ryan has actually responded. Ryan is actually a member of the website. I actually didn't even know he was here right now. Welcome, Ryan. I was actually thinking about you the other day. I hadn't heard from you in a while. I knew you were talking about possibly sending me a recording of a lesson, I believe. So let's take a look here. So how they compare to the YouTube videos, they are very similar in style to the YouTube videos. If you look at, basically, if you go into any course description, so if you go into the music courses page and you click on any of these courses, and by the way, the First Steps course, the free one, I'm taking that away because, and I'm going to redo it, because other courses are actually way different than that course. But anyway, if you go to the Introduction to Piano Music course, or any of them actually, you can actually watch a sample video right here. So it says, check out this sample video from this course. So if you watch these videos, you kind of get an idea on what they're like. They're a lot like these lessons we put out on the YouTube channel. I mean, you can even see the setup is almost the same with the picture of me, what we're talking about, and the piano that you can see. So they compare pretty much. The lessons are a lot like the ones you find on YouTube. There are exclusive lessons though, so they're not ones just taken from YouTube and put it into courses here. These are exclusive videos, but they also come with printable sheet music examples, PowerPoints that you can view for notes and print out, and assignments and online activities to enhance your learning. So it's basically videos with other things that I've developed to really not only like introduce you to topics, but help you review those topics and practice those topics so you get the most out of it. So it's basically, if you're a fan of the YouTube videos, you'll really like the videos in the courses, but they also contain a lot more to help you learn. They also cover subjects that I have never covered on the YouTube channel, and probably won't either, even for a long time. So you wanted to check that out because it will take you out a lot further. I mean, I have a lot of piano courses even already. I've up to piano level 5, and that's starting to get kind of advanced. And then I have a bunch of music theory, a rhythm, all kinds of things like that. Like I mentioned earlier, there are course packs as well. If you go to the Buy Courses page, the Beginners Pack, Intermediate Pack, Advanced Pack. So you can get collections of these. If you want to know what courses are in them, you click on one, and it will tell you. And these are all designed to help you get through a certain level. So if you're a beginner, these are the core 4 courses I put together in this pack to really help you get through, learning as a beginner. If you use the code YouTube during checkout, it's like right before you process the order. If it doesn't come up right away, just keep going and you will find, you want to click, add coupon or something like that. And then if you put in YouTube, you'll get 15% off your order. But basically, so just to reiterate, it's the same kind of videos you can expect from the channel, along with printable examples and assignments and activities to enhance your learning. Okay, let's see here. Ryan says, thanks, just got here. Yeah, I know I haven't taken the time to edit the video. So busy between home and work. I can understand that completely. So actually still at work right now until 9 tonight. But welcome back, Ryan. Always great to have you. Sonfan says, if I was playing a chord B when I was looking at the song, there are some other notes with it. So I was wondering if I play B, which other note it used. So if it's a B major chord, if it just says B with a capital B, that's B major. The notes you're going to be playing are B, D sharp, and F sharp. Okay, let's see. Terry Ann. Fuddy Duddy says, can we stop and start your formal lessons for your course so we can absorb or repeat the lesson? Yes. So the great thing about this, if you're asking about the website courses, is that you will have lifetime access to these courses. So you can watch the video lessons again and again. In fact, I'm actually in the process of making another page designed to help you, basically how to practice through the courses. I mean, there's instructions anyway on how to go through them, but I'm going to make it even a little bit more clear. So yeah, you can watch the videos as many times as you need. There's, videos to introduce you to the concepts for basically 5 units for each course. And there's a concepts lesson that goes over, basically the learning material. There's a practice lesson or a, practice examples lesson where I write up some examples or find some examples that, have to do with the course material and we practice those. And then there's a song and different things for each unit. So I'm going to make a page that kind of goes into detail, kind of showing students what they can expect when they get in a course. But you will have lifetime access to the course. You will have access to the course, 24 hours a day, so long as my website provider is working perfectly. The new one I have seems to be working really, really good. So the website should almost never be down. So you should be able to access the courses anytime and as many times as you want. Let's see. Terry says, I still have plenty to watch, but I have your site up and I will check it out for better detail. All right, very cool. Terry, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know and I'd be more than happy to help you. Sonfan says, thank you for your help today. You're very welcome, Sonfan. And I see that Rich said that up top as well. You're very welcome. Let's see. Terry Ann says, thanks. My brain's slow when it comes to this, but I am determined. And then Rich says, Terry, I joined last October after the YouTube starter pack. I really liked it. Very easy to follow. Go at your own pace. Watch over and over. Email Tim with a million questions. It's great. So you can email me with a million questions. I try to get back to questions within a day, maybe 2 days, 3 days tops. It's really weird because sometimes all of a sudden I'll get a million questions. Like all within a couple of days. And I really like to spend the time to get to each question. So if you send a question about like learning something, I will get to it, as soon as possible. And if for some reason I don't get back to you within, I'll try to get back to you within a day. But if it's a couple days and I haven't gotten back to you, send me another email. Sometimes they do get sent to junk mail. I try to check my junk mail, but sometimes, things do get lost. So you want to follow up if I don't get to you, because I always do try to get to the emails I get. Okay, let's take a look here. What about those of us who have intermediate access to the internet, like far and way out in the boonies? Good question. If you, I had something set up to do this with. You can download the lessons. Now, the thing is that they're streamed from YouTube. And you're technically, well, with my permission, I think it's okay. I'll tell you what, if you enroll in the course, I will provide you with instructions. They're not provided on the website, but I'll provide you with instructions on how to download the videos so you can watch them later. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if you pay for the course, you should be able to download, the courses that you want. So in terms of the documents and things that come with it, you can always download those. Those have always been downloadable. If you have any trouble, let me know. But you are able to download everything. There's a little trick I'll have to give you to download the YouTube videos for later viewing. But if you get like access to the internet sometimes, or it's kind of shoddy, but you can still download videos first and watch them later, then I can hook you up with that. That is definitely a possibility. Ryan says you can download the printed lessons and vids too, right? So Ryan, before you could download all the videos right from the streaming thing, I moved over to YouTube streaming or YouTube to stream the videos to the website because they're a lot more reliable. But they don't have a download button right on the thing, so you have to do like a little trick. You'd have to ask me what that is. I'll give you that little trick, and then you can download them. Does that go for everybody, the download offer? Yes, yes. So basically what you want to do, though, is after you sign up, remind me, send me an email or come into the chat again and say, hey, actually preferably email and a direct message just to you, because it's a trick that I don't want openly available, even though it's easy to learn about. I don't really mind, but anyway, email me and I will, and that offer extends to anybody. You can actually download any YouTube video, but you're technically not allowed unless you have the person's permission and YouTube's permission. So I'm not going to recommend you download other people's videos, but I will give you a little trick to get my, my course videos to you so you can watch them later. So yes, that offer extends to everybody, but you will have to remind me. The instructions aren't on the website. Yeah, so you can save the PowerPoints too. Yes, so you can save the PowerPoints and all the documents and things like that. Understood. Thanks. All right. Very good. All right, everybody. Any other questions? We'll end it here in a couple of minutes. I think it was a great stream. We had a great number of people here asking good questions. Remember, you always want to subscribe to get the greatest updates on the newest lessons that come out. And you want to hit that little notification bell to make sure that you are, getting notified when these lessons come out. So I just want to thank everybody for being a part of our great community. I really love to see people in the comments helping each other, asking great questions, being engaged. It's what it's really all about. It really makes this whole thing doing YouTube, worth it for me to just see a community so engaged in helping each other and around something we all love, learning piano. So, thanks everybody for coming out, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson. So for live streamers, I'm not going anywhere yet. Think of maybe like any last minute questions you have. Bob Jones is back again. Hello, Bob Jones. Glad to have you with us. Excuse me. All right, if anybody doesn't have any last minute questions, I guess I'll play a little B flat blues, play us out, and we will meet again on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thanks everybody for coming out, and I'll just kind of like play us out, and then we'll end the lesson in a couple minutes. Oops. Oh. All right. So thanks everybody. You're very welcome. Bob Jones, Fuddy Duddy. Ryan says he missed the whole thing. He'll have to check out the recording. The recording will be up. It will be put on private though for a little while, and then after I edit it together, it will be released. Tim, how's the graded setting on that keyboard? Amazing. Rolling keyboards are very nice on their action. On mine, I have it at medium setting. On the hard level, I feel like it's really banging the keys to get any sound. So mine doesn't have a setting. It kind of just has a set. It's just set a good way. I mean, when I play it, it's good. It does have an equalizer on it. So what you can do is you can make certain parts of the piano sound louder. So I can make the high notes. I could turn the high way up on the sound control, and that'll make the high. So I can adjust it that way. It's with I maybe have 4 knobs to work with. If I wanted to, I can make the real low notes of the piano sound louder, the middle part, the low middle, and so forth. So you do have quite a bit of control that way. I can't control how the keys actually feel though. I don't know if yours can. I'd be surprised. But the rolling keyboard has really good, what we call action, really good feel grading to the keys. You're very welcome, Ryan, as always. Great to have you with us once again. Like I said, Graham as well. You're very welcome, Graham. It's so great to have a cool community. I remember we started the live streams about a year ago, and now we have a regular stream of great students attending, and it's amazing. All right, everybody. If there's no last minute questions, I bid you adieu. Have a great couple of days. I'll see you again on Sunday, and I'll see you again for the next lesson. This has been Tim from Lessons on the Web, your piano teacher. Thank you so much for being a part of our classroom, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson. You're very welcome, Rich. You're the man. Thanks, Rich.